from the Swiss Embassy here in London. My name is Sarah. I work in the Political and Legal Affairs section. And this is Lukas, my colleague.
Hello.
Today we're going to do Lukas' application for settled status in relation to Brexit. It's a status from the EU settlement scheme and which is administered by the UK Home Office. But we'll go through each step of Lukas' applications and we will film all of this so that you see how it works, how to complete such an application. I'll give the background again very quickly in case any of you is wondering what we're doing here. All Swiss citizens and their family members looking to remain in the UK after December 2020 have to apply to the new EU settlement scheme. If you've been living here for more than 5 years, you are eligible for settled status, and if you've been living here for less than 5 years, you should be getting pre-settled status. If you have pre-settled status, once you have accumulated those 5 years of continuous residency, you can then apply again and should then be getting settled status. Lukas, you've been living here for more than 5 years, right?
Yes, I've been living here for more than 10 years.
Oh, okay, great. So that means today we aim for settled status, but the procedure is actually the same, so even if you apply for pre-settled status, this video should be helpful for you. Having pre-settled or settled status guarantees that your right to continue to live, work and study in the UK is protected after December 2020. And this right will be guaranteed and protected in any Brexit scenario, so if there's a deal with the EU or if there's no deal with the EU. What are the deadlines to apply? In a deal scenario, you have until the end of June 2021 to apply. And in a no-deal scenario, it's until the end of December 2020. Now, this was just a short summary. If you have more questions about Brexit, citizens' rights, and the impact of all this on the lives of Swiss citizens, you can access the websites of the Home Office, so the gov.uk websites, or we also have a detailed Brexit FAQ on our own website. We'll post the links to these two websites below this video. Great, shall we start your application then?
Happy to do so, yes.
Great. So the application for the settlement scheme consists of 3 steps. The first one is an identity check, the second one is a residence check, and the third one is a criminality check. So the identity check. We will begin with the first step, with the identity check. This can be done in 3 ways. The first option is that you use an app on your phone or on a tablet. The second option is that you scan your document at a local council scanning location. Or the third option is that you go on the gov.uk website, you start your application there, but then you have to send in your documents afterwards by post. If you have a Swiss passport, you can use any of these 3 methods. If you only have a Swiss ID card, then you have to go for the online and by postal route. Obviously, this route takes a bit longer and you have to send in your documents in the end to the Home Office. It's important to know that once you start your application with one of these methods, it's not possible to change anymore afterwards. So, for example, if you started with the online and by post way, then in the end it asks you to send in your documents to the Home Office now. You cannot switch your mind then and say, oh no, I want to use the app actually. So before you start your application, make up your mind about which way you want to use. We're going to use the app today to do the identity check. I've lent Lukas my phone because his is an iPhone and the app is currently only available on Android devices. The last we heard, the UK government is in talks with Apple, so that the app will be available on iPhones in the future as well. I think it will be later this year when this will be available. So what you need to have is an Android phone, and your smartphone also needs to have NFC technology. And as you can find out if your smartphone has this technology in your phone settings. Normally, if you're able to do contactless payments in a store, then you should have this NFC technology. If you don't have a smartphone, an Android smartphone with this technology, maybe you can use the phone of one of your friends, one of your colleagues, from a family member, as we're doing here today. It's good to know that the phone, like the information that you enter on the phone, it's not saved on the phone. It will only be used in the app at the moment when you apply. So there's no danger of using someone else's phone. Alternatively, you can go to one of these local council scanning locations that I mentioned before. The Home Office has a list of these locations, and we'll post a link to this list below this video as well. So back to Lukas' application. Maybe you want to turn on the phone now, which we have over here. So you can do it like this and then just swipe over it. Yes. So first you want to open the Play Store on your phone, the normal Play Store. And then you want to search for the app. The app is called EU Exit ID Document Check. So you want to enter EU Exit. It already pops up on the top, so you can press that. That's the app. Yes. So now you can press install. You want to download it. Hopefully it's not gonna take too long.
Here we go.
Okay, great. So you can go
Open.
and open, yeah. Perfect. This is the app. So now first it just gives you some basic information. You can skip this part. You can just scroll it through because we're gonna go through all of these steps now. Tells you all the steps which are gonna come
And start.
and start, yes. Now these are the terms and conditions. You can press OK to that. Great. So now first you have to confirm that you're an EA or Swiss national. There you say you're a Swiss national, yes. And then which document you want to use, and you want to use your passport here. So Swiss nationals, again, as I said before, you can, if you want to use the app, you have to use your passport. You cannot use your national ID card. That is so because our ID cards, they don't have a biometric chip, which would be needed to scan the phone with your app. So now it tells us to take an image of your passport, of the first page of your passport. So you want to open your passport. Okay, and then take an image of that.
Where do you press?
I think continue. Allow, yeah. Then it gives you the indications. As soon as it's sharp enough, it should take the picture automatically. Okay, image taken. Great. Okay, first step done.
Okay, and continue.
Yes, continue. So now you have to enter your contact information. And here it's important that if you use someone else's phone, you enter your personal phone number, because this phone number will be used afterwards to connect with your application. And if you would enter my own phone number there, we would always get these messages on my phone, but obviously he wants to get these notifications on his personal phone at a later stage. Yes, so these personal details will be used later to access your application, or once you have settled or pre-settled status to access that status.
Confirm email address. Continue.
Great. What does it say? Can you read it out?
Continue, enter 6-digit PIN you've been sent to your phone number.
Okay.
I have
Did you get a phone number, a pin?
Yeah.
Cool, so you can enter that now.
Okay, continue. NFC not enabled.
Okay, so that means we need to enable the NFC technology now. On my app, that's really easy. So yeah, you can, on my phone, I mean, you can do it here. It directly pops up. Oh, that was really simple. Great. Alternatively, on most apps, you can also do it on the top. On most phones, you can also do it on the top. So you scroll the top down, and then it would say NFC there, and you could enable it like this as well. Okay, so we have to scan your passport chip now. That means you have to put your passport there, and then you want to hover the phone over the little camera symbol on the top of your passport. I think you can totally lay it on it. Place it on the passport, and then press continue. And then it will tell you what you need to move it maybe a little bit. Oh yeah.
So it needs to be flat on the
Yes.
camera sign, yeah.
Now we did something wrong. What does it tell us?
The phone or document moved while accessing the chip.
Oh, so we need to have it still. Okay. Move the phone to find the chip.
Mm-hmm.
Try again. Should work normally.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing, right? Ah. Now maybe.
So it's interesting that...
Information checked.
So it didn't check up here.
I think it somehow probably checked there and then it went down. I don't know. But yeah, just hover your phone over your passport, and at some point it will.
So when it
read the
basically
chip.
said like keep your phone still,
Yes,
then it has allocated the chip
exactly.
and then it downloads information. That's a
Exactly.
good sign.
Then you
I'll
download
press
it.
OK.
Yes, great. Scan your face. So this is not the photo yet. The photo will come afterwards.
Okay.
This is just a scan of your face. There'll be sort of a flash coming out of the phone, but just follow the instructions, and maybe you can take the phone away for this and just do what it says there.
The screen will flash as it scans your face. So I just hold it in front of my face.
I think so, and you go on scan face on the green button. That's a lot of light.
It's a lot of light, loads of colours here. Scan successfully.
Great. And now comes the photo. Do you wanna take a selfie, or do you want me to take the picture?
I'm rubbish at selfies. I'm happy for you to take a camera photo.
Okay, I'll do that then. I think you're not allowed to smile, it says here. So just look serious and we'll try to do this. Your photo is too dark, so we'll try again.
Switch on the light.
Maybe we switch on the light.
That's it.
decide if this is the photo you want to use on your record. Are you happy with this? Or do you want to...
Fine with me?
Is it fine with you?
The shadows, there's quite a lot of shadows in the face.
It does say it's okay, so it should be fine.
Okay. Yeah?
If it's, okay. So we go and use this photo. And then it shows you an overview of all your information. And you can press submit the information then. So at this point, as you see, it has automatically connected to your passport. It has your passport number on there, your name, your date of birth. It's gotten all this information from the biometric chip, which is in your passport. That's why it has this information there. So you can go and submit information. And now this is the first bit using the app done. So that's
Very
good.
good.
It went okay. You can now do the rest of the application anytime, but we're gonna do it now. At this step you can switch to a computer, to a tablet, even to an iPhone. You just need to have internet access. But we keep doing it on this phone. So now it tells you that you have to complete your application on the gov.uk website. That's what we're gonna do. You can leave the app. And then open the Chrome, the internet. Yes. And now you can enter gov.uk on the top. Okay, so this is the general website. Now we want to search for the EU settlement scheme. So you can enter that in the search function there. Oh, it already pops up, so you can press that and then search. And then you scroll down. The first one, it says apply to the EU settlement scheme, so you can press the first one there. It should be the right one. No. Well, yeah, this one.
This one here, sorry.
And now, so this is the basic website which gives you a lot of information about the scheme. When you're working on your application, you can scroll down here and then it says apply to the EU settlement scheme and you can press that one. Great. So if you had your passport scanned or verified at one of these local council scanning locations I mentioned before, you would afterwards also go on this website and you would do the exact same thing which we're going to do now. So this video is relevant for you from now on again as well. And if we had not used the app and none of the local council scanning locations, but we would have gone for the online and by post way, you would also start on this gov.uk website. If you scroll down here, you would then go on start now, because that's where you start your basic application from. We've already done the parts of the identity check, so we can go down here to continue your application.
What identity document did you use for your application? Passport?
Yes.
Continue.
Now you have to enter your passport number. This is so that it can connect with your application and find all the information that you've already submitted through the identity check.
Continue.
Date of birth.
Continue. Confirm you are. We will send a code to your phone or email address.
Which one do you prefer?
Send a text message.
Phone. Is that your phone number?
Yes.
Okay, great. Continue.
You've sent a 6-digit code, security code via text message. in the code. Continue.
Great, here we are. So it says we have already completed the first part of the identity check. That's good. So it was able to connect with the information we entered before. So we can go on application type now. Now we just go step by step through the system.
Do you have dual nationality? No. Do you have any previous nationalities? No. Do you have a valid UK permanent residence card? Yes.
You have one, right? Okay, so you want to do yes then, and then you need to enter the number of your permanent residence
I assume
card.
that's the number on the top right corner.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Can try with this one. I think it will recognize if it's not the right number. So if you would not have a permanent residence card, the next thing it would ask you if you have indefinite leave to remain or enter. If you do not have any of them, there's no need to worry, you can apply just as fine and then submit more documents to prove your residency later.
Check your application type answers.
You're happy with all of them?
I am. I press continue.
Okay, great. So the next step is the residence check. So that's the second big part of the application.
It's quite good. It shows you apply for stay in the UK after leave the EU. It says the different steps. Identity completed. Application type completed as well. So it shows you clearly to go to residence in UK.
Yeah.
I press this one.
Good. So
Are you in the UK now?
yes. So
Yes, I am.
You can also apply from abroad, but obviously we're in the UK now. You have to enter your address.
And then it gives you a selection of the addresses, so you scroll down until you find your proper address.
And if it's not able to do that, you can also enter your address manually, so that's quite good as well. You find yours?
Oh, here, yes.
Oh, nice.
Continue.
Have you ever been known by any other name?
No.
No. So if you're married now and you had a different maiden name before, then this is the place where you want to press yes and then give this information.
Or I assume you had a name change in general.
Yes, or if you have any other name change.
Of your birth name, yeah.
Exactly.
Do you have a national insurance number? Yes.
Yes. You do. So Lucas is using his national insurance number now to provide evidence of his residency. If you provide your national insurance number, then the Home Office will make an automatic check with your tax and some benefits records to confirm your UK residency. If you don't have a national insurance number, you don't want to use your national insurance number, or you're not happy with the result of the automatic check, then you don't need to enter your insurance number. You can also submit additional documents as proof of residence later. The Home Office has an entire list of such documents which are accepted as proof of residency. It's, for example, an annual bank statement, an employer letter from your employer, which confirms that you're employed there since then and then. Also, you could submit a certificate from your school or a council tax bill, and so on. As I said, there's a whole list of such examples, and we'll post a link to this list below this video.
I press continue. Check your answers. Double check the national insurance number. That's good to go. Residence in the UK check done and completed.
Great. So now we're at the third step, the final step, which is the criminality check. So here it asks you if you've ever been convicted of any crimes, if you've done any offences, if you've ever committed any terrorist activities or so on.
Have you ever been, what you just said, convicted of a criminal offence, arrested or charged with an offence that you are on trial or awaiting trial? This includes offences in the UK or any other country.
I hope no.
I hope so too. Have you ever supported, encouraged or been involved in terrorist activities, war crimes, crimes against humanity or genocide, an extremist organisation? No. Check your answers. No and no.
Okay, so now you have everything completed, it seems. That's been it. Is there anything you want to check again, or are you happy with?
I'm happy with what I submitted.
Okay, great.
Stand by it. Submit answers.
Yes. Okay, so we've submitted now, but you still need to answer some security questions that's needed for if you want to get in touch with the Home Office later on about your application. They will ask you these questions to make sure it's really you who's talking to them and not some stranger who tries to steal your application. So yeah, you can have a look at these questions. They ask you, where was your mother born? What was the first job you ever had? This sort of questions.
So you just tick one of the answers for each of the 3 questions.
Yes, exactly. And it's maybe good if you note down what you answer there, so that you will definitely remember these answers that you gave when you need them.
Okay, continue.
What does it say now?
It's a declaration. Before submitting your answers, you confirm that, first bullet point, you are in the UK. Second, the documents you have uploaded are genuine to the best of your knowledge. The third, you are eligible and have been resident in the UK for the period you apply for, if you disagree with our data. The fourth, your photograph is an accurate likeness of you. We will process your information as detailed in our terms and conditions and privacy policy.
Okay.
Your application.
Okay, so this is the last step. I guess you have access to your emails?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So
I press I can get into my emails, submit. Answers are being submitted. What happens next? You will get a result straight away. If you agree with the result, you can accept it and submit your application. If you disagree, that is not a problem. You can upload evidence of your residence.
Okay, so can you scroll down, or you go and continue?
You will be considered for settled status. Application submitted.
Great. Now that's it.
And then I get the reference number there, huh?
Yes, you'll get
Very good.
you'll get another email of a reference number. So that's taken us about half an hour because we've been chatting so much, or mostly because I've been talking so much. But I think it would be a lot quicker otherwise. How did it feel for you?
You know, it was good. It's always good to double check things before putting them into a phone or application, especially when you, once it's done, it's done. But the application itself was pretty straightforward and easy to use.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We hope this video was helpful. If you meet any problems during your application, if you're stuck somewhere, if you have a question about the settlement scheme, you can always get in touch with the EU Settlement Resolution Centre. That's a service provided by the Home Office, which is also the authority which issues settled and pre-settled status. So they have a lot of experts working there who can help you if you're stuck somewhere. You can get in touch with them via phone, or you can also submit a query online. We're gonna post a link to their contact details below this video as well. This video will be on our social media channels. We'll also have it on our website and on YouTube. It's important to spread the word among the Swiss community in the UK that they have to apply for settled and pre-settled status so that they can continue to live in the UK after December 2020. So please spread the word and share this video if you found it helpful. And yeah, we'll post an update under this video once Lukas gets the result of his settled status application.
Very good. Brilliant.
Thank you for watching.